Welcome back to my channel. I am Tara T with Full Factory. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 different spooky Halloween patterns that you should be trying for your upcoming fall markets. I know it's going to be October 1st whenever this video comes out, so it is officially spooky month over here. I have a couple new patterns I've tried recently. You might have seen some of them in previous videos already, but for the most part, all of these are new and I'm very excited to show them to you and hopefully inspire some spooky creations for you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right in with one of my favorite patterns that I have made since the beginning of really learning to crochet and going to fall or spooky themed markets, and it is a zombie. So this pattern is actually by Crochet Grove. It is for a mini bee pattern. I will say most of these I've modded and I'll tell you how I've modded it. But this is a little mini bumblebee, and then I have modded this little guy to be a zombie color. So I used this like greenish teal zombie skin kind of color, and then I used the mystical cinder color for the little stripes. And then I personally go back and surface crochet on the wings because I think it's easiest. I also think it's really cute because I do not put 2 eyeballs on these creations. I actually just put one eye and then I do a little X wherever the other eye is supposed to go, so he looks more like a little zombie, and then I add a little stitch to the back of each one of these little guys. So I made 4 of these little guys for my market, and again, this is by Crochet Grove. It is a free pattern on one of her stories on Instagram, but I made just 4 of these little guys. They take like less than 10 minutes, and then I go back and sew on like the little wings really quickly. And then I actually really like to embroider and sew stuff, so I am totally okay with going back and sewing on some of the little details. So I have 4 of these little guys for my upcoming market. We'll see how they do. I usually throw things like this into like my little $5 bin, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking we're gonna have like a little corner of our booth this time, kind of dedicated to some of these spooky items. I know my mom's got a couple. If you go watch her videos that Stacy makes here on YouTube, you can see some of like the things that she's made for kind of spooky season. Like she's made little jumping spiders and some stuff like that that are really cute. So we have these little guys. I need to focus more on like $5 to $10 items, I feel like, for my next couple markets, because those have been selling very well at my last few markets if you've watched my market recaps. So I'm trying to find some smaller items, so this is absolutely perfect for that, and we've just got 4 of these little guys done. Another pattern that I've done pretty much since I started crocheting and started doing markets is this little ghost. This little ghost pattern is actually by Crochet with Bay. I like to go back and put some little blush on these guys just to give them a little pop of some kind of color. I've talked about this blush color before. It is tan pink, and it is such a weird color to find, but I can only seem to find it at Michael's for some reason. But it's like the perfect little blush color. But these little guys are so cute. These will probably be 10 a piece. They do take about a little less than 30 minutes, but by the time I go back and put the little blush on and everything and tag them up, I'd say it's right around 30 minutes. But once I get in a groove and I like memorize the pattern after running back through it, it takes like no time at all. And of course, you've got to have some little spooky ghosts. So I like to make some with like eyes closer together too, or like go back, and I've seen people embroider on like more of like a facial expression, like with little eyebrows and stuff like that too. So I really want to do that with some more ghosts. So this is actually the vintage white color as well. It kind of makes it a little more yellowy in a way, I guess. And I just like how these guys turn out so much in this color. But we have these 3 little ghosts as well. Again, they'll probably be $10 a piece, and it is a free pattern on her Instagram at Crochet with Bay. So go check that out and tag me if you make some of these. And if you've already heard of these patterns, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to see if these are like new to you guys or if you've heard of these ones before. Now this pattern is a little bit more modded than the other ones, I will say. This is a pattern, it's called Pet Pumpkin Pig crochet pattern, and it's by Coffee and Crochet 01 on Etsy. I did buy this one. It was like $2 at the time, which is like nothing for a pattern. But it is actually supposed to be a pig. Obviously I made it into a cat. I feel like a cat would sell better for me, especially in my area and stuff. So I wanted to make it into a pumpkin. You do have to surface crochet or go back and sew on quite a few pieces, which is why I modded this one quite a bit. I surface crocheted on the ears, but right before, you're supposed to surface crochet on the little stem too, but before I closed it off on that very last round, I just added that in so I wouldn't have to go back and change color and surface crochet it on again, especially if I'm already in that color. So I did surface crochet on the little stem, or in the round. I did it in the round, sorry. And then I went back and surface crocheted on a little tail for it as well. And then again, just the cute little face. It gets embroidered right on there, just like my loaf cats, if you've seen those in my previous videos. And it just turns out so stinking cute. I actually had another one at my last market, and I had sold the other one, so I only had one left. But I want to make maybe like 1 or 2 more of these, since it is the beginning of October. I think I have at least 2 more markets. This coming week, actually, I have 2 markets alone, so I want to have a couple more fall and like spooky themed things for that as well, before we get into like more of the Christmassy season. So this little loaf cat is just so cute. I think it took me a little under an hour by the time I went back and surface crocheted, put the face on and everything. But again, this is supposed to be a pig. It does have like a little snout that you make separately, and then you sew it on, and then you embroider like the little lines on the snout, which you'll see on by the picture that I put on the screen earlier. But I did make it into a cat because I do think a cat would sell a little bit better. So I do want to make one as the pig itself. But the cat's just so cute, and the cats have been selling so well for me lately. I thought it would be adorable to just have a little spooky cat like this. So he's so cute. The next pattern we have is called Skelly Bee. This is by a personal crochet friend of mine. This is by Freckled Brunette on Instagram and on Etsy, which is where I got this. It's actually a free pattern as well, but I went ahead and downloaded the PDF version because I do like to sit at my computer a lot and just have that PDF version up nice and big on my screen. But it's just got little bone wings, and then you sew on a cute little face, and it's just so cute, especially in the cinder color. This cinder color is just so perfect in the mystical collection for like things like this. It just adds a little bit more depth, I feel like, to projects like this. So I've thoroughly enjoyed lately having this yarn around in my collection. I actually just did a little bit of a yarn haul back here. You can kind of see the bags on the very bottom corner, but and bought several more colors, including more of this color in particular. But it's so cute, and its little wings are just a little bone on the top, which I think is so adorable. But this pattern was super easy to follow. Again, it is free on her Instagram, so you can go check it out there, or I downloaded it for $1 off of Etsy. Just so I'd have it in my collection saved with all my other patterns, so I won't forget about this one. So I have this little guy, and again, I love to embroider on details, so getting to embroider on the face is just so adorable too. So I love that so much, but you definitely could still put safety eyes in it, and just not put a mouth on it too. So I feel like it's a little customizable that way. You could also make this into like a zombie bee and like do the bones and everything, but then do like that skin color just like I did for the mini ones, and then do like red stitching and stuff. I feel like that would be super cool as well. So you can definitely like mix it up a little bit and put your own spin on it. But again, 10 out of 10 recommend this pattern by Freckled Brunette. It is just such a cute little spooky bee, and it'll be a nice little collection to my little spooky corner. The last pattern that I have for today is actually called Zeek the Zombie. This Zeek the Zombie pattern is by Moon Sprouts Crochet. Sadly, I have not finished him yet. This is actually all I have right now, but you can see the picture and see what he's supposed to look like. I ordered white safety eyes because I've never got to use white safety eyes. I never had a project where I was like, it will only look right with the white ones, but this project is just, I feel like it needs the white eyes for this project. So I ordered some white safety eyes. They were supposed to be in today, which is why I decided to film today, but they didn't get in time, so I'm gonna have to finish it tomorrow. But I have finished the body, I finished the little arms, the ears that'll go on the side of the head as well, and I love this pattern already. It is going to be a snuggler pattern, so you just stuff like the little feet, just the bottoms down here, and then you leave the rest floppy. Of course, it's done with a lot of half double crochets, and double crochets as well. If you've done snugglers, you'll know that that's a pretty typical thing for snugglers. So I'm very excited to do this. This pattern does have a lot of like details after you finish it, so you'll have to sew on the head, sew on the arms, sew on the ears, and then you have to sew on like the details, like the little rips in his pants, because it shows like the skin through his pants. And then he has like a little brain coming out of the top of it. But I think that's so stinking cute for like everybody who loves spooky stuff and fall stuff. So I think it'll be a super cute pattern. I cannot wait to finish it, and I was really excited to finish it today. But again, the eyes did not come in time for this video, but I'm very excited so far. I think I'm only gonna make one. It is an $8 pattern, which is a little more on the expensive side, especially for a pattern. But I'm very excited to make some of these guys. The white eyes will be so perfect for this pattern too, and I'm wanting to make some other things with the white eyes, but I'm not sure what to make. So if you have any suggestions on what to use white safety eyes for, drop them down in the comments, because I'm gonna have plenty of them. But yeah, so that is all of the spooky things that I made for this upcoming market. The only other thing I made, which of course I'm always talking about this pattern, but it's the Annie Carraway loaf cat pattern. I made a black kitty with little green eyes. These green eyes are from the Whimsical Goblin on Instagram. We did a eye exchange at the Refined Vibes Crochet retreat, and I got these beautiful eyes, and I just knew they had to go on a little loaf cat. And I've never kept a plushie for myself, but this one is mine. Like, I am addicted to the loaf cats, especially the ones with the glittery eyes. And all of the yarn that I bought, which I have like a giant Michaels bag, a giant Joann's bag, and a small Project Joann's bag filled. I think it's like 17 skeins from this weekend that I bought, are all going to be used for loaf cats. So I might make some more loaf cats with sparkly eyes after this, because I hadn't made any yet somehow. So I think the loaf cats with the little sparkle eyes would be so stinking cute. So I am looking forward to that as well. But that's the spooky things that I made for my upcoming market. If there's anything I left out, or there's like a particular spooky item that sells super well for you, drop it down in the comments, because I am going to be market prepping like crazy the next week or two. We also have several markets this fall and winter time, so I will be doing a Christmas video like this here soon. But if there's any questions you have about these patterns, please let me know. Otherwise, they will all be linked down here in the description for you guys to find those pretty easily. And that's really all I've got for today's video. So I know this was a short one, but it is a fun one, and I love to share some spooky things with you guys. And yeah, just don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more crochet stuff. And if you need anything, you know where to find me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.